good country, good not only for the few, but good for all Belizeans, no matter what their walk of life is. We are here standing in solidarity against corruption, as we demand good and transparent governance. The Prime Minister himself have acknowledged that there is corruption in his government, but has done nothing about it, other than cover his minister's wrongdoings. Remember, we cannot right a wrong with a wrong. That is exactly what has brought us here today, as we see that corruption is escalating more and more, seeing that no one can put an end to it. Being concerned citizens, as we always are, we saw the need to take the initiative and fight to put an end to it. That is why BNTU took and made an 8-point list of priorities that the government must address for us to get good governance. We are not making a stand only for BNTU, but for all Belizeans, especially our youth, our children, as they are the ones who will suffer the repercussions of our government mismanagement of our resources. It's a shame for them to be telling us that we are not acting right because we are demanding them to address these issues. Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw." End of quote. And that is why we are being called outlaws, because we did not surrender to the oppression from the government. We are being bombarded with so much criticism because we are standing for what is right. We cannot accept the ideology that there is nothing wrong going in our country. Our government must understand that it is the will of the people that must prevail. They have their propaganda saying that we don't care and we don't love our children. But what do they know of all the sacrifice we do for our children with the meager salary we are getting? They need to understand that teaching and learning is better accomplished through action than words. Children are learning to stand for their rights. They're having a first-hand lesson on democracy. We are being called unreasonable and ignorant and not loving, but our kids know how loving we are when we reach in our pockets and give them a pencil when they come to school and they don't have one. The children know who shares their lunch with them when they come to school hungry. The children know who give them comfort when they are terrorized by the monster in our society. The children know who tells them that it is going to be okay when they are confused and in fear. So teachers, we continue to stand for what is right. We shall fight to the end, to end the blatant corruption in our country. We need to put an end, because if we don't, who will suffer in the future? Isn't it our children? Thanks everybody. Solidarity.